Welcome to this demonstration of the CAPTIV8 Plus platform. So CAPTIV8 Plus is a software platform that covers every aspect of your digital experience that your patients will be exposed to. And so this covers your patient education in your waiting area, on your website, on your social media, and also what you do chairside. Let me show you the CAPTIV8 platform first of all. So the CAPTIV8 Plus includes this CAPTIV8 platform. It includes the CAPTIV8 Plus application, and it includes the CAPTIV8 Connect mobile app. Three things are available. The CAPTIV8 application is the basis of your patient communication. So let's go through some of the navigation in this application. At the top here, we have the categories of all the animations. So we're currently on clinical procedures, and you can see we have tons and tons of animations just on this one category alone. If I go to contact lenses, there are other animations. Eye conditions, again, lots and lots and lots of animations within that. And by the way, all of these animations update automatically every 3 to 4 months when we make new releases. You can also upload your own videos into this platform, and you can do this by clicking the Uploads button here, where you can upload documents, videos, and images into the CAPTIV8 system. This is useful if you want to add an intro or outro before you share content with patients, or even on your waiting area screen. So you can add images, and the final icon here is if you want to play the animations in a language other than English, and that depends on whether you've added these languages to your subscription. I should add that not all the animations will be available in your native language. However, we have built the ability for you to translate and add your own voiceover and change the captions within the management area within the system. So this makes it really easy for you to control the wording, phraseology of the animations. Okay, so that's how the animations are laid out. On the left-hand side, this vertical toolbar controls some of the functionality. So the chair side is where all animations are displayed. You can search for any animation you want. So if I just type the first few letters here for glaucoma, everything glaucoma related shows up. Favorites is an area where you can favorite animations. So here we've favorited cataract surgery, cataract risk factors, and you'll see those within the clinical procedures area. They'll be there with a blue highlight, which have been favorited. So if I unfavorite these, then you will see that there'll be far less in my favorites area. So this screen is kind of used where you your most popular animations that you use are shown, so you don't have to keep searching for them. The playlist area is essentially a large selection of animations that play one after another. So you can configure the order of this playlist according to what you drag and drop into this carousel. So if we look at cataracts and EDOF here, there's 3 animations. I can double click to remove it, or I can go to my chair side and then drag and drop any animation I want. So if I wanted to add cataract surgery risk factors, I could do, and then save that. In fact, I can even add a video that I've uploaded into that playlist too, and then save it. So that's playlists. Playlists are used throughout the platform for sharing, for embedding on your website, and also in your waiting area. If you've elected to have the consent platform, then you'll see this icon. This is electronic consent, so it saves you having written consent records. The TV area allows you to loop animations or loop playlists. So here are the playlists that we've already created, and you can add multiple playlists. So in this case, we've got our AMD playlist. If I wanted to then add something on diabetes, I can drag and drop that in. If I wanted to add something on cataract surgery and risks, I can add that in. If I wanted to add BlephX stuff in, I can add that in, and so on and so forth. Glaucoma treatments, I can add that in. So all of these playlists will then be added into this very, very long selection of playlists. You'll see in the TV area, there's also the ability to schedule playlists. So if I had a situation where on a Monday, I was running an AMD clinic in the morning, and then in the afternoon, it was going to be a cataract clinic, I could drop the appropriate playlist so that on Monday morning, it will start playing AMD, afternoon, it will switch to cataract, and then on Tuesday, I could have something else. And this will then allow you to the computer will automatically switch playlists. By the way, to have this on your waiting area, all you need is a TV monitor, which is connected to a computer which has Captivate installed on it. Okay, you cannot just put this program onto a chip that goes into the TV. It has to be connected to a computer. Okay, so let's go back to the animations and show some of the functionalities. So where do we want animations? Well, the first place we want animations is on your website. So we've gone through the favorites icon, but the next icon is this embed icon. So if I wanted to put cataract surgery on my website, I just click the embed icon and it automatically generates the embed code for me. If I wanted to embed it in, let's say, a different language, let's say I wanted to embed this in Dutch. So if I select Dutch here as a language, then my embed code will change. And so again, I will copy this and then it will play it in Dutch. Let's just switch the language back to English. The other thing you can do with embedding on your website is rather than just play one animation, you might want to play an animation playlist. So in this case, you could create a playlist on, let's say, an Amsler grid, followed by what is the risk of AMD risk factors, and then intravitreal injection. So I'm just going to type the word intra here, and then everything with intra in it will be shown here. So I could add my intravitreal injection. So if I was to save that as a playlist and then go to my playlist area, it would show here. And so then if I wanted to embed any playlist, I can literally just click on the embed icon and then copy that code. And then if my developer adds this to my website, it will play a series of animations, one after another, as defined according to this playlist. Okay, so let's go back to the chairside area. The other things I can do, so embed, I can share content. But before I do that, I want to show you how you can interact with these videos in a chairside environment. So let's say we're talking about glaucoma. So if I just type glaucoma and press enter, I want to play an animation on glaucoma. So in this case, we'll just do glaucoma risk factors. Clicking on the video will play the animation. And that's not necessarily the best way of communicating.
Is one of the most
Here's an example of why. It's playing a voiceover, it's got captions, and I don't really want to do that. So all I can do is pause it, and as soon as you pause a video, you pause it by just clicking on the video itself. You can actually press and hold your mouse and draw over it, but actually the problem is you don't know what's coming next. So that's why we built the toolbar. And the toolbar categorizes snippets of video. So if I click on the etiology, I could put a video up that shows how pressure in the eye, where the aqueous is produced, how it drains out of the eye. And I can again draw over this video and say it's produced here from the ciliary body, and then it drains out of a drainage channel called the trabecular meshwork. If I want to take a closer look, I can show the ciliary body and show that it is like a little drainage system and how it comes out of the body. What's the impact of glaucoma on your site? Again, I click the vision icon, and then I can do this picture in picture. Every vision icon simulation will have picture in picture. So here it shows the disease process and the impact on vision. So I could explain by, again, drawing that the effect of raised pressure is that in general it causes damage to the optic nerve. And then when that damage occurs, it causes a reduction in your field of vision, not something most people perceive because that man has disappeared. And that's because in glaucoma, the brain kind of extrapolates and fills in the gap. So you're not necessarily aware of it until it's too late. And because it's a painless condition, this is why it's important to be assessed regularly. If I then wanted to go on to treatments, I can go to related animations and I could click on SLT, I could click on MIGS, anything I wanted, and switch to that animation. Note that when I do switch to the MIGS animation, my toolbar has changed. So now if I wanted to just show the application of the MIGS device, I can do and go to that toolbar and show how the MIGS device is implanted. So it's very, very intuitive and very, very easy to move from one area to the other, to move from a disease process to a treatment right within the confines of the program. Okay, so what about sharing? Well, we know that patients forget 90% of what we tell them. So you can, as I said earlier, share a single animation, but I want to share a playlist, and that's why I'm in the playlists area now. And I'm going to go to my glaucoma treatments animation playlist, which if I hover over it, shows me that there are 5 animations in it, which you see on the right hand side. If I click the share icon, then I can share this by email, or I can share it by SMS. I usually share by SMS because it's instant, but in this case I'm going to share by email so that I can show you on this computer. So I'm going to put a post-visit animation message. This saves me time writing and typing things in, and of course you can customize these messages within the settings area, and you can put it in any language you want. So let's just put in the patient's details and make up some patient's name. There we go, and we'll just call him John Smith, and I'll send it to my email address. Okay, right, and then I'm going to click send. Okay, once I've clicked send, that email will be sent to the patient. So let's go and have a look at what that email looks like. So here's the email that's just come through on glaucoma treatments. You can see it's got the logo, and this would be your own logo, the address of the clinic, the template message is shown here, and a call to action. It also shows what videos are in this playlist. If I click this view playlist button, then this is what the consumer would see. The consumer will see this video play. So it's got your logo showing, the profile picture of the doctor, the map of where your clinic's located, and if a patient wants to change the language, of course they can here as well. And so clicking play will just play the video as we see here. So I'm just going to fast forward these videos so we can view the very end. So this is what happens when you get to the end of the playlist and what the patient sees. So at the end of the video there's the Web Genie.
I hope you found that interesting. Please feel free to share any of these animations with anyone you know by clicking on the Share tab here. If you're new to our practice and you like what you've seen so far, why not request an appointment by clicking here, and we'll get in touch to confirm the exact date and time of your appointment. Thanks for dropping by.
And so the Web Genie prompts the patient to share it, and so you can then share on social media, or the patient can share this content on social media, which of course will promote your brand. And any new patients who see this can click on the calendar icon to request an appointment, and this request will go to a designated email address that you define in our system. Just a word on that Web Genie, the lady who came up just a moment ago to prompt the patient to share this. We have the Web Genie in 11 different languages. So if you've chosen one of our languages as an add-on, then the Web Genie will, if you share in that language, she will come on and speak to the patient in that language. Okay, so that's the benefit of sharing, which is a great way of getting the patient to have information at their fingertips when they've left your consulting room. Let's now talk about the CAPTIV8 Plus system. So CAPTIV8 Plus is an interactive 3D model eye that allows you to control the eye. There is no movie, there is no playback. You're in control. And this is really designed for busy ophthalmologists who really want to just give a very quick overview and maybe leave their text to show the actual animations. So a typical example where you'd be using this is for cataract surgery. So if you zoom in, these pins appear which allow you to go to different models. But before we do that, I'll show you again how the system works. So you can use your mouse to navigate and pan and zoom in and tilt. And at the top, we have an action menu. So an action menu allows you to perform actions. So in this case, if I click retinal detachment, the scroll bar comes up, and as I pull it, I can pull the vitreous away. You may be able to see that there. As I keep pulling, I can produce a tear. And as I keep pulling, I get a retinal detachment. This is all possible with this. If I wanted to then change, for example, or add floaters, for example. So if I zoomed in and panned a little bit and clicked on floaters, I can make floaters appear. And again, I can show how they would be potentially moving around inside the eye. This is because it's all 3D. You get that entire depth of perception experience. Okay, so we said we're going to show you how to talk about cataract surgery. So clicking on these pins takes you to submodels. And when you click on a submodel like this, the action menu changes. So here we're going to be talking about cataract surgery. So again, I can discuss that from any perspective. And what we're going to do is just scroll down this and show how we open up the pupil, make a capsulorhexis, and then remove the lens with the phaco probe. Final step would be to implant an intraocular lens. So this can be shown from, as I said, any perspective in any which way direction you feel is appropriate. And of course, it's important to discuss vision. So if we go to our vision simulator, which is in this menu here, then I would generally start by showing the patient's vision as being improved in the distance, and then quickly have a conversation about the reading and explain that with a monofocal, the book will not be clear. However, if we implant a multifocal lens, then we can rewind the effect of presbyopia. And if I wanted to be and show the patient the effects of potential complications of a multifocal, for example, if we choose a very high ad in a patient who has a large pupil size, you could explain that they're more likely to get things like starbursts and halos. So giving them something a bit more conservative may well be a safer option. And that's how Captivate Plus can be used. It can be used for a whole host of different discussions. Of course, within this, you have the ability to access the Captivate animations and share those animations too, because you can see all of those animations within the platform, and these can be shared too. And by the way, I should mention that the Captivate app with the animations is available for iPad, and also the Captivate Plus application is also available on the iPad, both of which can be downloaded from the App Store. Okay, so let's talk about the Captivate Connect app. So the app is available on the App Store for Apple and also on the Android Play Store. So the functionality of the app is that it gives you 4 key functions: the ability to share by SMS email, you can do social media posts directly from the app, and telemedicine, which means that you can do secure one-to-one encrypted video calls. So one of the key features within the app is the ability to create your own QR code. Click on the QR code area and then you'll be able to select any number of animations to create a playlist of content, just like you do with the chairside PC application. But instead, a QR code will be generated, which you can share and design and print and design it onto an A-board and display it on the reception desk. All you then need to do is ask your patients to scan it with their phone camera, and immediately they'll be able to view it online within their phone without you having to share anything. This means that implementing within your practice is really easy. There's nothing for your staff to learn. All they need to do is ask your patients to point and scan. So in summary, Captivate Plus is an all-encompassing patient education and marketing platform that utilizes the industry's best quality 3D medical animations. You can utilize these animations at the very start of the patient journey by embedding them into your website to generate more conversion from your website. Then you can utilize the animations in the consulting room to provide amazing explanations to your patients so that they adopt recommended procedures. And you can share this content so that they can take a little bit of that consultation home with them and review that information again. Thanks for watching.